Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eziel, Lancer on Mount Tyrannus, and I'm going to go through the Tera Rising. It's actually not like any kind of new product. It's actually just a remarketing of Tera. They're actually going away from the paid subscriptions and going towards a free-to-play model. If you look on here on the Tera Rising free page, they've actually got the video here, which is commentated by Brian Knox, going through describing some of the changes. They got the new dungeon that's coming out. They also talk about the new battlegrounds, which I'm assuming that's all going to be centered around the 3v3, 5v5s. So, check that video out. It kind of gives you a little bit of an insight of what's to come. They're actually going to be moving away. They're going to basically just have Tera open to everybody, free to play, and there's not really going to be any fees, but they're going to have their cash shop. They're also going to have an elite player status as well. Now, from here, we got our FAQ section. You can also check which status you are, if you're going to be a new player, past player, or current player. And by this, when we see coming February 2013, I'm assuming that's going to be February 1st. That's what my assumption would be. So at this time, it's not actually explicitly stated when it's coming out, but I'm saying it's probably going to be safe to say around like the beginning of February, if not the 1st. So anyway, so we go through here, and we can actually talk about this, the actual FAQ here. The FAQ, I know there's a lot of information here. A lot of you probably may have not read this. I'm going to kind of cover just some of the basic stuff that's on here, which is going to be the elite status, standard, and founder. I'm going to talk about the differences between these different account types. The main difference is that with this free-to-play model, you're going to have your standard accounts, you're going to, which are basically going to be anybody that comes in after we go to free-to-play, and then founders are going to be anybody that's been before the free-to-play comes out. So if you purchase the game, you've got probably a couple weeks left before you can get the game and still get that founder establishment. Now, that founder establishment, I think right now Tera's going for around $14.99 or $19.99. So for $20, you basically can get the maximum server slots or number of slots for a character, which is going to be 8 per server. You're also going to have the founder title. You're also going to get basically the 288 slots for your bank. You're also going to get that mount, the terminus amount as well. And additionally, you'll have 30 slots to sell things on the brokerage, and that's pretty much the main differences for the founders. Now, with the standard and the elite status, you're going to have this 2 per server, and you can actually purchase more character slots. Not really sure if that's a character slot per server or if it's a character slot for each individual server. So we don't have the information on exactly how that's going to work right now. We've also got it's going to have the same Valkyrie response as the founder. There's going to be no limitations on your dungeons. You're also going to have your 10 daily quests you can do. There's no consumables, there's no daily items, and there's no special amount for you. With the Elite and the Standard, you are going to have 72 slots on your bank inventory. So I think that's 1 tab, so you'll be able to purchase additional tabs, I believe. I don't know, or maybe it's going to be a row slot. We'll have to wait and see how Inmos is actually going to handle that. You are going to have a 10 gold cap per message, so you're not going to be able to flood anybody with any kind of gold messages back and forth or anything like that. You are going to be limited to only 10 simultaneous brokerage postings, and then you're going to have the basic standard fees that you've got with your founders as well. Now, with the elite status, what we're going to have here is you're going to be paying $14.99 for 30 days of elite status, and the buffs basically on this is you're going to have a half cooldown between the entries. So right now, anything under 60, I believe, is 10 minutes. So you'll have 5 minutes. And then additionally, you're going to have your level 60, just like Argon Corpus. It's at 2 hours, will be 1 hour. Temple Temerity, 1 hour, so 2 hours if you go with a team. And double entries, daily entries, which is going to be your Sajuka and your Queen Dungeon, which is MC hard mode. So those are actually going to double. So you'll have 6 entries of Sajuka, and you'll have the Queen hard mode, MC hard mode, actually doing 2 a day. So that'd be really good for those that enjoy doing those things. Now, when you go into a dungeon, when you team up, you usually get these Valkyrian responses. With that elite status, you're going to get 2 boxes instead of 1. You're going to have 20 daily quests you could do instead of 10. Then additionally, you're going to have a Fiery Halo, NPC summon scrolls, 10 scroll box or strong box keys, 1 village atlas, and then you're going to have these bonuses, XP, gold, and reputation bonuses. And then in addition, you'll have an elite mount, which has not been determined yet. And you'll have an unlimited gold you can send, and you'll have up to 50, which is different than the 10 for standard and 30 for founders. And you'll have a 0% brokerage fee, which I think will be nice. And then additionally, you'll have a little bit of a discount on how much you're going to have as far as fees. Now with the cash shop, you're actually going to have a discount. I think Emboss is going to be coming out with some sort of Emboss points. So you'll be able to get things at a little bit cheaper price here. And then additionally, you're going to have the items are actually be delivered through item claim, but the daily items amount will be accessed through an elite status toolbar. They don't have any specifics on that. So we're kind of anticipating on how things are going to turn out with more interface things, keeping the screen busy. Also, some of the interface lag that's happened in the past. Now, with this boost here, you're going to get one of each boost. You're going to get like an XP boost, a gold boost, rep boost. Basically, it's going to give you 1 hour for 100%. I think this is really good for those players that are full-time workers, college students that go to school a lot, or people with kids, because what this does for us is it gives us an hour where it doubles everything we do. Of course, people that play hardcore, they're going to get that 1 hour too, but it's not as big of a deal to those guys as it would be for us, because as workers and school students and stuff, our time is very limited based off of, what we get free. So as far as off time or whatever. So that extra hour with the boost will definitely help for those who only play for maybe 2 hours or 3 hours a day. So I think it's a really good thing. I don't think it's a very big pay to win item like a lot of people want to try to say. It's just an hour. It's not like they're getting a whole, 4 hours or 6 hours of double or the entire time that they're on. So I think it's really very good in Moss to actually decrease or limit the number of how much that boost actually does. And we don't have any idea on what's actually going to happen with the actual cash shop at this time. So, but just to kind of go through some of this, they have this FAQ up. You can go through and check this out. They talk about what the elite status is, and a lot of those items in the elite status are actually tradable, but things off the cash shop, I believe, will still remain tradable as of today. They haven't really talked about that either. Now, with your Chrono Scrolls, if you have any Chrono Scrolls, you can see here that they now have a merchant. There's also a page on this as well, which talks about your Chrono Scrolls now being worth 2,000 gold. That's roughly about the market price that people have been selling them for as far as an average. So that was very nice of Moss to do that, to at least give you an opportunity to be able to purchase those. They talk about the refresh times, the customer support page, your responses, Village Atlas. The other thing, too, is that we want to talk about basically your subscription. Now, if you have a subscription that goes beyond the 1st of February, the way that I understand it from reading the forums and some of the responses is that if you're a current subscriber, basically your elite time is going to be around up to the nearest 30-day mark. So basically you're going to get 30 days, if you had that subscription now. Now, there has been talk if you want a refund, then you can submit a ticket into there. So that way they'll prorate that back. So if you have 90 days and you have 65 days remaining, they'll refund for 60 days. And then I guess you'll keep those 5 days of game time there. So definitely read this information, understand this, because there's a lot of misconceptions and confusion on the forums right now today. So, and then you can change your account status, different things like that. So as far as with this, I just wanted to kind of go over some of the quick information here. But you can see kind of general discussions have been blowing up as far as like asking about cash shop items, and if this happens, if that happens. So there's petitions and all this stuff. So general chat is very, very heavy as far as with a bunch of conversations with this. But the one thing that I do see as far as a positive is we're talking about all this stuff, and at the end of the day, nobody truly knows exactly what's going to happen except for potentially Inmos. And they will probably want to make sure that they get everything knocked out as far as any questions or concerns before they address anything. So, or let the player base know. So what I would suggest is we've been playing Tera. If you've just gotten it, finish it out for the rest of the month. And when the new month comes out, then, let's see what's going to happen when that cash shop comes out. Because, at the end, here's what's going to happen here's what Inmos is trying to do. They're trying to come up with a way where they can generate more revenue. And on top of that, get us a bigger player base of people to where we can interact with, doing PvP, doing open world stuff, and additionally getting those queue times down. Because I'm going to tell you guys, I don't know if anybody queues during morning times or during Nexus times, but if you queue for any BGs or dungeons, it's like a crawl snails until all those events are done, or it's towards a higher time of the day. So hopefully that's going to bring us a little bit closer to being able to get those insta queues and have more fun with more people. And then also, I've seen already, that people are coming back. There's already conversations about certain. I've seen in game where now it seems like I went into the Island of Dawn and there was a high status for all the channels. I mean, I've not seen that in quite a while. So I think this is going to spark us at least an influx of new players. Hopefully this will net in Moss an additional business revenue for things that you would like to get from the cash shop, and not be a pay to win. Because I'll be the first one to tell you if it does turn into a pay to win, I'm probably going to be one of the first people out the door as soon as I see that item on the shop the first day. So don't feel that you're alone if you feel that way. So, but I've been playing Tera since closed beta 1. I want to try to give them a chance, and I hope you guys do too. And hopefully, this will be a positive thing coming forward, and a lot of really good new content coming out. Additionally, those BGs. Also, make sure you get your conjunct gear. If you guys are at level 60, start doing your BGs. Get those BGs done as quickly as you can. Get the NT runs done as quickly as you can. Get your conjunct gear. I cannot stress it enough. If anything, just have it. So that way you can plus it, get it enchanted, because if you are interested in doing the 3v3, 5v5 battlegrounds, you are going to put yourself at a huge disadvantage if you do not have your conjunct gear, or at least a fray win set to at least be competitive in there. And there's already quite a few people with conjunct plus 12 gear, even with the black templates and everything. So I really hope you guys found this interesting. At least it helped you out a little bit. And if you have any questions, you can find me on the forums, Eziel, or you can reply back to this video, or find me in game if you're on Mount Tyrannus. And until next time, happy hunting, and look forward to the great new future with Tera. Thanks.